Tom Murphy. I'm an attorney with the firm of Shea Murphy and Gould in Burlington. I'm here on behalf of the Escadrille Realty LLC with respect to certain zoning warrant articles on this year's town meeting agenda. Escadrille Realty LLC owns the property at 26 Cambridge Street in Burlington, on which is located the Cafe Escadrille restaurant and function facility. I think most people are probably familiar with it, but for those who aren't, the Escadrille is a full-service restaurant. They do have function facilities. They've been in existence for close to 50 years here in Burlington. They've been very successful over the years. They've been a very good corporate citizen. They've been very willing to take part in all sorts of charitable and civic events. Their 50 years in business is testament to how good of a job that they do. One drawback to being that successful and that popular is parking. Over the years, parking has become an issue at the site, especially on weekend nights when the restaurant is full and there are some large functions going on in the function facility. It becomes difficult to find parking on site. When that happens, the customers will tend to go down Ray Avenue, park along the street, go over to adjacent businesses and park in their parking lots along Cambridge Street or Ray Avenue. And it generally creates a problem for the business neighbors, and it also creates a safety issue for the customers who are now walking to and from their cars and on dark nights along Ray Avenue and Cambridge Street. So to address this problem, the Escadrille would like to construct a parking deck over a parking lot that they have adjacent to their property, which is located on 1-3 Ray Avenue. Currently, that's it used to be a building there, was knocked down. It's just a parking lot. And what they would like to do is put a parking deck above that, essentially making it a two-level parking facility. It's a parking deck. It's not a parking garage. There won't be any internal ramps going back and forth. The existing parking area will continue to be accessed from Ray Avenue. The parking deck above it will be accessed from the parking lot at the Cafe Escadrille. Due to the topography and the elevation of the land, it's possible to do that straight from the existing Cafe Escadrille parking lot. So that's the solution that they've come up with to create some more parking. In order to accomplish that, they had to address certain zoning changes, because currently Burlington zoning bylaws do not allow a parking deck in a general business BG zoning district, which is where the Escadrille is located. So what's before town meeting this evening? 4 proposed warrant articles to accomplish what the Escadrille is seeking to accomplish. The first one is Article 38, deals with definitions. They had to get the definition of a function facility into the zoning bylaws. There are some other definitions that go along with this to some degree that were presented by the Zoning Bylaw Review Committee, which was a previous article to this. Article 39 is a proposed amendment to Article 2 of the zoning bylaws, which is essentially to get the parking deck into the use table in the zoning bylaws. As presented or as proposed, the parking deck could be allowed through a special permit application through the planning board in the event that somebody in a BG district wishes to try to construct a parking deck. Article 41 deals with some changes to Article 7 of the zoning bylaws, most of which were put into place after discussions that we've had over the past 4 or 5 months with various boards and staff in town to address some concerns that were initially raised when we presented the idea of a zoning deck back in November. And one of the concerns was that if we let one parking deck into a BG district business, they'll be popping up all over town. So to address that concern, and as you can see in the proposed article before you, 41, a parking deck is limited to a location that has at least 150,000 square feet of space and is located no nearer than 200 feet from the residential zoning district. By adding these two conditions in there, we've essentially minimized the potential areas that could have a parking deck down to just several throughout the town. So we felt that this was a reasonable way to address the concern about these things becoming prevalent, and we don't think that that's going to be a problem. The last article is Article 42. Article 42 is a request to change the zoning classification of the parking lot at 1 to 3 Ray Avenue. It's currently zoned as an industrial, an IG district. We're looking to merge that with the Escadrille site, which is a general business district. So this reclassification will result in 1 to 3 Ray Ave becoming a BG zoning district. As necessary to merge the properties, I would also submit that it's a positive rezoning for the town because it takes an IG use or a potential IG use out of the mix, and that is typically a more noxious use than that you'd find in the general business. So that's those are the 4 proposed warrant articles to accomplish what we're looking to accomplish. Over the past 4 months, we've met numerous times with the planning board staff, with planning board subcommittees, before the full planning board committee at several public meetings. We've also appeared before the zoning bylaw review committee, and we've appeared before the land use committee, all for purposes of reviewing our proposals with them, taking their feedback, and trying to work our way through it to come to a solution that works for everybody. At the end of the day, the planning board voted favorably to recommend favorably on this proposal. The zoning bylaw review committee reviewed the language in all the proposed warrant articles and zoning amendments, and they also approved the language under their purview. And land use as well also voted in favor. So we're here tonight looking for town meeting approval. Obviously, that's the final step in this process. And we feel that the proposal before you is a reasonable and a pragmatic solution to the Escadrille's parking issues. It will provide some more parking on site, which will reduce the amount of people that will have to bother our business neighbors down in the Cambridge Street, Ray Avenue area. If this bylaw is adopted, and I hope that it will be, at that some point then we will have to appear before the planning board to request an application for special permit, and then we work through the special permit procedure with the planning board. In closing, I'd just like to point out the Escadrille has been a good corporate citizen to the town of Burlington throughout these many years. Obviously, current situation aside, Burlington has been a very competitive restaurant environment for quite a while now, and the Escadrille has managed to hold their own. And they would like to continue to do so, but they need to address the parking issue. So, as I said, I feel that this proposal is a good, pragmatic, and reasonable way to address the parking. Escadrille looks forward to its continued partnership with the town on many different charitable and civic events, and they look forward to continuing their successful operation in the town of Burlington. We appreciate your consideration of our proposal, and we hope that you vote to support all of the proposed warrant articles that are before you this evening. Sitting here right now, I'm not sure what the process is going to be at town meeting. We may be there to answer questions. If the town clerk happens to show this to town meeting members prior to town meeting, and there are any questions that you have of us, please don't hesitate to contact me. The town clerk will have our contact information. So with all that being said, I thank you for your attention. I thank you for your support, and I hope that you all will look favorably upon this request. Thank you very much.